Hello and welcome. Today I will be talking about the limitation provisions of filing SLP, that is Special Leave Petition, before the Supreme Court. Let us briefly understand what exactly SLP means. SLP, which is also called a Special Leave Petition, as its name suggests, it is basically a special leave. It is a petition that you file before the Supreme Court seeking special leave, special permission of the court to file an appeal before the Supreme Court. So usually this is, you can file this against the order, judgment, sentence, decree of any court, tribunal, and there is no bar as such, there is no categorization as such as to which court specifically, against which, the order of which court specifically you can file it against. Now, this is provided by Article 136 of the Constitution. So, whenever you file an SLP, it is under the provisions of Article 136 of the Constitution. Now, because under law, whenever you file any kind of case, petition, appeal, it has to be filed within a certain time limit, a specified time limit. So there is a time limit for filing a special leave petition also. However, the time limit has not been prescribed in Article 136 of the Constitution. So it is found in Supreme Court Rules 2013. These are rules framed by the Supreme Court. And now, special leave petition has been dealt with by Order 21 and 22 of the Supreme Court Rules 2013. Order 21 deals with civil types of SLPs, and Order 22 deals with criminal types of SLP. That is, if you're filing an SLP in a criminal case, it will be called as SLP criminal. If you're filing it in a civil case, it will be called as SLP civil. Provisions of these two kinds of SLPs, limitation provisions, are almost same, with only one difference, that is of death penalty, which I will be specifying immediately after the general provisions. So, firstly, where you file an application for certificate of fitness to appeal, where you file an application for fitness to appeal before the High Court against the judgment of a High Court, in that, and if it has been rejected by the High Court, in that case your limitation period is 60 days from the order of refusal of such certificate of fitness to file appeal. Suppose if your application for certificate to file application for certificate of fitness to appeal has been accepted, you will file an appeal before the court. It will not be an SLP, so it will be a proper appeal. It will be listed as either a civil appeal or a criminal appeal. But if it has been rejected by the High Court, in that case, your limitation starts from the date of the order of the refusal, and it will be extended till 60 days from such date of order of refusal. Secondly, if you have to file an SLP against any other kind of order, or where you have not filed an application seeking a certificate of fitness to appeal, or against any order of any court or tribunal, in that case your limitation period is 90 days. Suppose if you have filed an application to appeal for leave to appeal against an order of a single judge of the High Court, and that has been rejected by the High Court, then the date from which, and now you want to file an SLP, then the date from which you file an application seeking leave to appeal in the High Court against the judgment of the single judge of the High Court, till the date of the rejection of such application, that period will be excluded from this period of limitation, that is from the 60 days or the 90 days period. Now, coming back to death penalty, if in a criminal case death penalty has been awarded to anybody, in that case your limitation is only 60 days from the date of such order. Now, to these limitation rules, we also have to, along with these, while we are reading these rules, we have to also see certain provisions of the Limitation Act, that is Section 4, 5, 12 and 14 of the Limitation Act. Now, Section 4 of the Limitation Act says that if your limitation is expiring on the day when the court is closed, or it is on a vacation. A lot of times in Supreme Court, we have Supreme Court vacations, summer vacations, we have winter vacations. So if your limitation is expiring on a day which is falling on in one of these days when the court is closed, is on a holiday, then your limitation will be counted to be expired on the day when the court first reopens after these vacations or holiday. So, for example, if your limitation expires on the second day of your court vacation, so you can file your SLP till the first day of when the court reopens after these vacations. So you need not file it between these days when the court is closed. Thereafter, next section 5 deals with that you can file an application seeking condonation of delay in a case where there is a delay. Suppose you've by for whatever reason, for some reasonable cause, if there is a justifiable reason that you've not been able to file your case in that limitation period, in those 60 days or 90 days, whatever has been prescribed, then you can file an application seeking condonation of delay if the cause is just and sufficient, and if the court finds it to be just and sufficient, reasonable enough, for whatever reason you have not been able to file it within the limitation period, then the court can condone your delay. As a general practice, what I have observed is a lot of times, depending again on facts and circumstances of each case, a lot of times the court does condone your delay. So a lot of times it condones it even for several months, or even sometimes even a year of delay has been condoned. Again, it depends on the facts and circumstances of the case. Thereafter, Section 12 basically deals with the fact that if a judgment has been delivered today and limitation is to be counted from today, the day when the limitation has to be reckoned, that day will be excluded. So if the order has been pronounced today, my limitation will start from the next day from which the order has been pronounced. Secondly, also that the time period from which you require to obtain the copy of the judgment or decree against which you want to file an SLP, that time period will be excluded from the period of limitation. So suppose today the order has been pronounced, I apply for a copy of the order 2 days later. So from the day when I apply for the copy of the order or judgment, because I have to attach it along with the SLP, so that day till the day when I receive the copy of the order against which I want to file an SLP, that period will be excluded from these days, 60 days or 90 days of limitation period. I hope you have liked my video and I found it informative. Thank you so much for watching.